This is my parents' house, and that is my dad's truck, and I'm gonna steal it.
It's a 1999 Chevrolet Silverado, one of the best trucks that Chevy ever made. But over the last 3 years, it's gone under a little transformation because after living through 25 years of life and 3 teenagers' first car experience, my dad decided to restore it. Well, projects piled up and Dad got busy, so this got put on the back burner. We decided to step in and help it get moving again, but today, that vision of the dream truck finally comes to life. Because I'm stealing it from his driveway, making it happen. And I hope he likes it. Stick around to see his reaction.
But don't worry, guys. We have a backup plan. And also Sarge's kryptonite. Grandchildren. Why do we bring the van? You literally can see this van from over the top of the fence. That's actually very true. Yeah, hide behind the tree. Here we go. Stealth mode. I don't have a ski mask, okay? Can't see a freaking thing. Where's the door? Ooh.
Woo! Turns out, guys, Sarge's heater doesn't work. It is very cold in here. Also, this guy's back on. I don't know why, so we're gonna figure that out as well. These last fit headlights, my goodness, these are good.
Despite all the crazy mods I've done to my dad's truck, and actually what we have planned for today, these, hands down, have actually been the most useful. The last fit's newly upgraded LS Plus LED headlights. Sarge has been running them for 3 months now and absolutely loves them.
Standing in front of the halogen. There you go. We'll stand in front of the LED here. That's amazing.
When it comes to brands that I've worked with over the years, my relationship with Last Fit has actually spanned the longest. From installing reverse lights on the 07 Silverado, license plate lights on the Trail Boss, footwell lights in the Corvette, and now LS Plus headlights in the Sargerado. Last Fit, hands down, has been the best lighting solution I've used in any of my.
These are so bright. What's nice also is there's a strong cutoff line at the very top, so you're not blinding your oncoming traffic, so we're not getting high beams in our face when they're passing by. So Last Fit LEDs for the win. Link will be in the description below for these. We installed them in our last video and they are so dang good. So dang good. Almost home. It is so cold.
Silverado is in the Mobetta garage and it's time to start working on it. We have some very exciting and important stuff to figure out in today's video, as well as making the Silverado even better than it is. In my opinion anyways, because I have not asked Sarge at all to do the things we're about to do to his truck today. We also have Sarge's truck sitting in a very particular spot because in today's video, we are making a decision on the final layout for the dream garage. This is a shop that we've built with our own 2 hands. It is really a dream come true, but that dream continues to shift and mold and change. And we need to make a decision today what the final layout is gonna be in here. So I drew up the plans for this shop years ago before we put up even the first 2x4. I had an idea of where I wanted everything in this shop to be. The reason Sarge's truck's right there in the center is that is exactly where I drew up the 2-post lift that's gonna be in this shop. We went through the trouble on reinforcing the concrete where each of those posts will go in. In fact, I actually have to keep marking this so I don't lose that spot. So we have a corner here, corner, corner, corner. So there's one post, same thing on the other side. And yes, that is right in the middle of the shop, which I hear time and time again, it's a terrible idea. But I do a lot of terrible idea things and it turns out, okay. I will say this is the worst part of working in a shop that you're building at the same time is every time you need to work on something, you're hauling around tools and then setting up. And then when you're done, you put the tools back in the garage and run some extension cords. I still only have 1 plug. That's changing soon. It's not perfect, but you know the deal. It's Mobetta.
With a relative game plan in place, it's time to get the truck in the air. But since we're working at the back of the shop for the first time, I'm gonna go ahead and rig up some temporary lighting. Haha, makeshift lighting for now. There you go. So when I went to get my dad some new tires, I didn't realize the ones that were on his truck are now over 10 years old. The relative lifespan of a tire is no more than 6 years. These are well overdone, and these are actually the original tires from the Mahalo Runner from Hawaii. That's how old they are.
I don't know, guys. I think I can live with the lift in the center of the Moped garage. I mean, look at it, Silverado in the air, so much room for activities, and more importantly, room to work around the truck and bring you all the way around the projects that we're working on. 'Cause that's the whole point of this channel, bring you along for the ride and for us to hang out here in the dream shop. So yeah, it'll get in the way if we need some space in the center, but with the width that we've built this shop, we have plenty of access on the left, plenty on the right. I think I like the idea of that lift being right there in the center. The only question is, bin pack, you wanna work together? But for the Silverado today, we're gonna start with probably the safest modifications I know he wants. We got some goodies from Real Truck. We went with our friends over at Real Truck for a set of their Amp Research power steps because Sarge isn't as limber as he once was. And once we install our 12-inch lift kit with 40-inch mud boggers on this bad boy today, I'm just kidding. We did get him some Real Truck electric running boards, which is gonna be epic on this thing. However, these are a little bit more of a modular kit, so we're gonna have to cut it, wire it, make it fit and work with this 99 Silverado. So let's go ahead, get started on these. Let's go. I love car parts. Another Real Truck part that we put on here that Sarge absolutely loves is this, the Real Truck bed step. You hop up, get something out of the bed, more Real Truck stuff for the win. This is what's gonna control the step from going down and then back up. So we're gonna have one motor per side, and then on the back of it is just gonna be the hinge, which makes wiring it up a little bit easier, which is nice. So here's the gearing without the cap. When you open it up, close it, and then we have our motor. Got our cap, Amp Research, but it's Real Truck.
With the arms extended fully, we slot in those motors and tighten it down.
So here's our two motors, driver passenger side, and then the back portion is here. Now we gotta figure out where to go up underneath the truck, drill some holes, put some mounting hardware and supports. We got a lot of little things to do. But there's also, in this kit, LED lights.
Now these steps have two linkages, or arms per side. They mount to the pinch welds at the bottom of the cab with an additional support drilled into the top side of the linkage, mounting where the floor and the side of the cab meet together, making these arms or linkages super solid. And with those linkages in and mounted, it's time to mount up our steps.
Why use a different size hexit? All right, we got one bolt cross thread started.
So at least it'll hold it in place for a minute. This is ridiculous. All right, you guys are going away. I'm gonna finish this up off camera because we're about to start throwing wrenches. That took way longer than it should have, but we have one side mounted on. Driver's side, check. I love these steps. They do fold up under the truck when you're not using them, so it looks clean and refined. But when you are using them, not only do they actually sit down like a typical running board, but they actually push out a few inches as well. So when you're walking into the truck, you're literally going up, it seems like stair steps. And we don't need them, close the door, they retract when you have them wired, which we don't yet. But we gotta do the other side first. So, since we now know how to do it, this side should be a breeze. All right, we're gonna start with the rear arm here. So we are gonna sit about here. There's a lot less going on the passenger side frame rail. That side, driver's side, you have the emergency brake, the wiring harness, all kinds of stuff. So we can kind of put these arms anywhere we want. 1/8 inch drill bit. We have this little template they provide. Wow, this side's torn to bits. It's like my brother went off-roading in this truck or something and bottomed out, because he did. So we'll eventually make these holes larger with the bolts can slide through. We have this aluminum piece that's a reinforcement for the arm that mounts up against kind of the floorboard, and then we're gonna pre-drill 2 holes as well. And then these just use like sheet metal screws. This is where the sizes change a little bit. Okay, we got our front side pre-drilled, ready to go. We have our aluminum piece here. Now you want these tight. We don't want to go crazy on them because you will just tear right through the sheet metal. Something I also did notice is they will poke through to the inside up underneath like the plastic. I'll show you in a minute. So what I'm doing is going back on the inside and I'm sealing it up where it's coming through the floor. That way it's never poking or cutting into any of the wiring And like everything around here, once you do it once, the second time goes a lot faster. We got all our goodies that we need. -1. Driver's side, the linkage with the motor goes in the front. Passenger side, the linkage without the motor goes in the front, meaning the one with the motor goes in the back. Just to make sure, yep.
There's a lot less to work around on the passenger side. Now with the pinch weld bolt secured, it's time to add this mounting bracket, which helps triangulate this whole thing to keep everything nice and solid.
Okay, so that one is done. We're gonna do the same thing on the back side, except it has a motor. Same concept though. Once the step's on there, we can adjust all this to make sure it's perfectly level when it deploys, and it goes all the way up when it retracts. Next up, it's time to get our wiring harness installed for our real truck steps. We have power and ground, sourcing power from the junction box location right there in the red. And from there, we run down the passenger and driver's side. First off, on the driver's side, the reason we put that motor on the front location is that's where the plug is. But on the passenger side, it's at the rear location. So this wire is actually a lot longer going down to the rear location. We also have a red and black wire for LED lighting, which is gonna illuminate these steps as well. It's gonna be sick. Just wait. We are burning way too much time with this, getting a little bit frustrated, got hung up for a little bit on wiring. We finally figured it out. How this whole thing works in this setup, the real truck or amp research steps operate on a trigger wire. Now this trigger wire is not a 12-volt source to tie into, this is actually a ground source. When your door is closed, there's an open circuit which tells the controller to keep these retracted. When you open your door, there's a door ajar ground signal that gets completed to complete that circuit to tell the controller to deploy these. So this connects to a ground, not a 12-volt source. Now what we're trying to find is that ground source in this mess of wires. Now the instructions say to find the tan wire and tie into that. Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tan wires on this one plug. That didn't help. And we also have a diode to wire in a particular fashion. That way the current doesn't backflow. What we did, we found a 12-volt wire source, these green wires right here, and tested it several times. The doors open, close, and found our trigger wire, and it's actually this tan wire.
So with that trigger wire tapped into the door ajar ground wire, we're hoping that completed signal will tell the amp research control module to go ahead and deploy or retract these steps. We're gonna try this thing out for the first time, so let's hook it back up to power and cross our fingers something happens.
That was a good noise. Hey, those look pretty good.
They do look good. We're gonna find out here in just a second that we're gonna have to make some additional minor modifications to make them sit straight. But more importantly right now, do they actually open?
Woo! Let's go! And then 3, 2, 1. Yeah, okay. A little bit of element. Passenger side, we got a little grommet we need to put in. We're gonna drill a hole, put a grommet in, and then we're gonna run that wire through the bottom. So this side doesn't have a pre-located grommet for the floor, so we're gonna put one in. And then like I mentioned before, with the screws that mount that support bracket to the arm, you see a little bit of threads coming through there. Any, mini, miny, mo. That's one thing about Sarge, he does use this truck as a truck. So this one is not a show queen. I won't charge you for the detail. Passenger side. It's been a bit agonizing. We are on to our second wire. We tapped the wrong one to start off. So it's not the green with the black. It hopefully is the blue with the white, which is way up here now. So let's see. Yes. Okay. Woo! That was a learning experience. That was fun. All right, seems to be working. Pull the screws back out so we're not gonna mess up anything. We were almost home free, guys. Almost. Yeah, we have an issue. A center body mount issue. The amp steps, when they retract, they hit our center body mount. And the only thing I could think of is this thing has a body lift, which throws everything out of proportion. The truck was lifted before we got it, but it's about 1.5 inches to 2 inches body lift plus suspension lift, landing this around 3.5, 4 inches of lift total. But because of the body lift, everything is not where it is on an OEM stock truck. So we have our amp steps coming up and smacking the lower side just on the center body mount. Sarge, we're making an executive decision here. I'm sorry. We're gonna cut your truck up.
I've become immune to the bad feelings you get by cutting up your truck. But we do have a solution here, and it's gonna be a little bit of a mixture of clearancing as well as a part from a Jeep Wrangler. We got creative on this one.
And just like that, 3 to 4 hour install time, according to the instructions. I'm 11 hours into this. But we have steps, and they work wonderfully. The only thing we have left is to put our modified stops in place. That way, when they do retract, they are dead even between front and the back. Because this has a motor on one side, it'll naturally pull itself up a little bit higher on one side if it does make contact in the middle, which it still is. But we've trimmed it back quite a bit, so when this thing is all said and done, this is gonna tuck up really, really nicely up against the body of the truck, like so. There's the rear, go to the front, and it's pretty tight. And then with the trimming, just to show you guys what we did end up cutting back. Sorry, Sarge. That was the mount that we cut back. Ta-da! We did clean up the wires, controller mounted here. We have everything running along the stock wiring harness and wires to the accessory power terminal. Power, ground, wire, box. They split down the sides, and all the lights are wired up.
Now that we've got our real truck steps dialed in, let's get our new shoes mounted up so we can get to the several other modifications we have coming for Sarge's truck today. I think we're still making contact somewhere on that middle body mount. We'll see once our bump stops come in if that's gonna solve it or not. But while we wait, we have something else to install in the meantime, which are Last-Fit's LED rock lights. Are we installing rock lights on Sarge's truck? Kind of. Now hear me out. Sarge uses his truck for truck things.
And one thing about this bed, which I grew up using, it's very dark at night. There's no lighting back here, unlike the new Silverados. And that's something he's been jealous of in the 2020 Silverado are my bed lights.
So we're gonna create a one-off bed light solution for Sarge using these Last-Fit LED rock lights because they're incredibly durable and super bright.
We got the white LEDs and then amber. So with the white LEDs on, all four together, 2.1 amps are being pulled. This little power thingy majig, a voltage regulator system. It works with my Milwaukee battery. You plug it in and you can actually put 12 volts out or dictate how much voltage you want this to put out. Hook up power and ground, and it basically simulates like it's hooked up to a battery, so we can test this off the vehicle before everything's installed. I got this just a few weeks ago and I've already used it like a dozen times. These are epic. The question is though, guys, let me know in the comments below, should we tie these into the LED lights on the steps? That way when the door opens, the bed lights come on? Or should we run them independently of all of that? That way we can control it from the bed. Let me know what you think in the comments below. But these are freaking bright. All right, we gotta pick up the pace, boys. Sarge is gonna be home in T-minus 8 hours. Also, you guys are gonna love how we're wiring in these Last-Fit LEDs because we're gonna use them for bed lights / like approach lights for the back when we're loading and unloading things into this truck that does truck things. But we don't need to drill a hole and install a switch. And you'll see what I'm talking about here in a minute, but it has to do with these two wires.
I want these bed lights to look like they belong there, like an OEM option you could have purchased from factory. So I'm mounting 2 on the sides of the bed, similar to where the new Silverados are, but also putting 2 at the bottom of the bumper to illuminate around the tailgate area.
Lights are mounted, and now we're doing the nightmare wiring situation, but it's going well. So basically we got a bed light mounted there. I'll show you guys up close in a minute. 1 there, and then 2 mounted up underneath the bumper, because if you're loading items into the bed, you're coming from this direction and you're working out and around. So this will be illuminated, and that will be illuminated, and that will be on. Everything coming all to one. I think we're gonna branch from 1 to 2 and then 1 to 2 again to get up to the 4. I wanna keep the 4 the same length though. Wiring is so much fun, guys. All 4. There we go. There we go. Let's get these things finished up, wired in, and then we start with the real fun lighting job. It's in those big white boxes right there. Before we tuck up all of our wiring shenanigans, we're gonna test to make sure this is gonna work out. So we're utilizing these solder waterproof fittings. So basically you apply the heat gun and it melts the solder in the middle, and that solders the connections, and then the outside of it seals it from weather. But on top of that, we do have shrink tubing, which we'll put on once we confirm these are actually gonna work. Power, ground, hooked up. I love these steps. Now here's the cool part on how we set this up. We didn't drill a hole and add a switch. Cargo lamp. Turn that on. Cargo lamp is on, and oh yeah. That's 1, 2, please work, please work, please work. 3 and 4. Let's go. Sarge is gonna be stoked on this one, guys. This one is definitely gonna be used quite a bit. So it's gonna light up the entire area behind the tailgate as you're working, but as well inside the bed, it's completely lit up. Last bit light here, and 2 in the bed. Sarge, you're welcome. Now your nightly ventures of loading your truck up and bringing home silly stuff from Home Depot, got you covered. Just hit that cargo lamp and you're good. We have more lighting to tackle, but before we do that, let's get us some fresh Nittos on this thing and get this thing back on the ground. Now, one of my favorite parts about most of Nitto's off-road tires is you have a dual sidewall selection. So you can choose an aggressive looking sidewall or a little bit less aggressive looking sidewall. Gives you the option as the consumer to choose what you want the outside of your truck to look like. And for this, we swapped it with what we have on the 2020 with the more blocked, less aggressive. It'll look best. All right, just for some perspective, that's a 35, this is a 33, so 35 12.5, 33 12.5. These are both the sidewalls on the Ridge Grappler. So same exact tire, a little bit different size. We have this sidewall tread pattern and the more aggressive sidewall tread pattern. These are my favorite tires, period, hands down.
Just gonna do me worse. So if they all no good, I'll just be bad with you. Cause my mother told me as a child, boy, don't play around with fire, cause you might just end up and I know the wicked never rest, so I always try my best.
These tires look good, and man, they feel good. But unfortunately, on our test drive, we ended up finding another issue with the truck, so it looks like we are fixing some stuff before we add anything else onto this thing.
There's an issue actually with both of them, not just the passenger side as I expected. And it actually stems back to an issue we had with this truck like 15 years ago. The daytime running lamps stopped working and headlights were on all the time, which means the plugs get a little bit toasty. And as you can see here, 15 years of running with the headlamps on continuously has melted and charred that side of the plug. What's funny is this one's working, no problem, but this one is, whoo! So fun fact, if you drive with your headlamps on continuously for 2 decades, that's what happens. So what we're gonna do for Sarge, we're gonna run over to, it looks like O'Reilly's has a replacement for that plug, and hopefully this is gonna be compatible with that, and if that's the case, we'll cut that, put that in, be good for another 15 years, because we're still not gonna fix the the sensor in the dash. Parts run. It's also a nice excuse to take the shop truck out for a quick drive. There's the old. One of these is not like the other. This truck is so good. There's nothing like an old truck, and it's wild to say that this thing is old because I remember driving it back in high school and it was like a brand new, no, that was still 9 years old at the time. But even at the time, it seemed like I was driving a brand new truck and it was so cool. And even today, with the advancement of technologies and how much of a nightmare some of those technologies make vehicles out to be, there's nothing like driving an older truck. And no, we're not making Sarge's truck a pre-runner. He uses this truck for truck things, as you guys well know. But we can use pre-runner inspired designs and modifications on Sarge's truck. Tell me, does that not look sick? But before we dive in there, we need to figure out our final shop layout. We have a pallet arriving tomorrow with 500 pounds of materials for the Mobetta garage. And before that gets here, we need to know where everything's going in the shop because that's gonna determine where we're gonna put those things. And yeah, we're diving right into the shop build right after we finish these lights. All right, you guys ready for this? This is gonna be clear as mud, but we have our overhead door there, entry to the garage. The current Silverado is sitting where this 2-post lift will eventually be, directly there in the center. Now the important part about this is everything else. We want a fabrication and welding area. We need area to park. I would love a 4-post lift, hangout and lounge area, which is gonna be in this vicinity here. Open spots for parking / detailing, which is gonna be along the window side of the shop. Given we do have 20 feet of ceiling overhead room to work with, we could build a loft or mezzanine back there. And that's what this blue area represents. Tire machine, tire balancer, an area outside the shop. So out here on the side, if we're cutting a bunch of lumber or doing some grinding, this messy type of work, we're gonna build a platform out here. So that's the setup as it sits today. We have our main lounge, entry, loft area, parking, the main work area with the 2-post lift, toolboxes just behind there. But in that corner, tire changer, tire balancer, a welding area, fabrication work with our 4-post lift on this side.
There's a million different ways we could set up this shop, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I know I'm gonna get a few comments on the lift being in the center, but let it rip.
All right, I think we've made the decision on where these things are going. It looks way better here than there. Now we ordered two light kits from Go Rhino for this application here, which means we got 2 sets of wiring harnesses for the 2 lights, but we don't need 2 full sets. On the relay side, we have 40 amp relays. We have an inline fuse, which is a 30 amp fuse, and maximum output on this thing with all the lights on is less than 15 amps. So a 40 amp breaker and a 30 amp fuse is more than capable of handling all 4 lights. So what we're gonna do is take 2 wiring harnesses, cut them and splice them down to 1 wiring harness, trying to keep this clean up under the hood. We'll mount this under here. We have the relays, we got the power, ground, and the switch is gonna go just under the dash for now.
In addition to making all 4 lights run off the 1 wiring harness, we're also cutting all the excess wire off of this system, so there's not a bunch wrapped around and looped in up under the bumper. It's gonna look nice and clean, and OEM Plus is kind of the look and feel we're going for on this.
All right guys, here we go. Quick test. ERLs. Ready for this one? Let's go. Oh man. All my resident Texans that are gonna be driving in the opposite direction of Sarge when he accidentally hits the button, I am sorry, because, are you kidding me? As far as I can go, all the way to the fence.
Ooh, I'm selling.
That is nuts, look at this. That is so bright.
That's how we do the lights out here.
Whoo, this thing looks bam. Oh my goodness, this thing looks mean. That is beautiful. So stoked the way this is turning out. So we've gotten all of the wires run, trimmed to size, tucked away, wrapped. It looks relatively, I call it OEM Plus. That's good. What's weird though is the battery itself. I could not figure out why this thing would not hold a charge. I was thinking there was a parasitic draw somewhere, so I was starting to track that down. And then I realized the battery is pretty much shot. It is now 5 years old, and over the last 3 years, it's sat for like 3 to 5 months at a time. So the battery's shot. We're gonna go ahead and get Sarge a brand new battery to run all these cool lights off of. That way he's not getting stuck somewhere. And lastly, the very last thing before we go get him a new battery is this. We have our solution for that to sit even, and it's these hood stops. It's a rubber stop. It's got a threaded bolt on the back side, and we're just using pre-existing holes in that pinch weld. Slide that up, put a nut and washer on the back side, and this becomes the new stop of our amp power steps. So when it goes up, it makes contact, the motor stops, and we're sitting exactly even front and back. Oh man, this was my dream truck in high school right here. We're building Sarge's dream truck, but it's also my dream truck too. We have similar taste. From the listing on Amazon, these are for a Jeep Wrangler hood. All right. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. I love this truck. Real truck steps, last fit LS Plus headlamps, Go Rhino LED lights, the last fits in the bed, the Nitto tire ridge grapplers on all 4 corners. This truck is sick. And Sarge is gonna see it for the first time here in a short bit, but before he does, I wanna come on here and say thank you for being a part of this. Without you on the other side of this screen watching these videos, things like this don't happen. It takes an incredible amount of work, and this has been a long journey for this channel. This is year 9 for me doing things like this and making videos. So I just want to say thank you for being a part of it. If you haven't yet, scroll down, hit the subscribe button below, because things like this are going to continue, but more importantly, this is definitely going to continue with the layout that we've come to determine is going to be the best layout for us. But my goodness, guys, thank you so much for being a part of this channel. Again, if you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button below. Sarge is going to be here shortly, but before he does, I'm going to go on a little test drive now that everything is said and done. This thing is epic. Oh, your chickens are here to greet you.
And Maui's fine with them. Oh, look at you.
Yeah, we have to chase her. What's all this?
What's that? Oh, lighting for the shop.
Oh, inside.
Yeah, just got it yesterday. We have 6 runs from front to back. More coming soon on the shop, guys, I'm telling you. But we did borrow your truck without asking, sorry.
Yeah, I got home and it's like, oh, I'm not worried about it. I know where that truck's at. It's not in my backyard, it's in Chad's backyard.
All right, so here is the Sargerado version.
Woo wee!
What version this is.
Where's the lights? Oh wow, that looks great.
So obviously, lighting, that's the biggest change in the front.
I like it just looks good with the black and the black.
All right, go ahead and open your driver door. Oh, wait, another thing, real quick. Nittos.
Oh!
You're rolling on Nittos.
Nittos, baby!
So
now I can ride around when it's wet outside and not slide off the road.
Yes, you got ridge grapplers in all 4 corners.
Oh, man.
So you're twinsing with Aroha's truck.
Hers look taller.
Well, they are 35s, usually 33s. But your rim's smaller, so you get more sidewall.
We're still growing up. Awesome.
Yep, so Nittos.
All right, here we go. Oh, yes. You guys don't know how bad I needed these. Trying to get up in this truck, it was like you take one leg, you lift it up, put it in there, and then grab and pull yourself in. Now I can just step in. Oh, that's perfect. Thanks, Chad. Oh, that is so much easier to get in. Oh, I love it. Looky there.
So you got amp steps on both sides. They were a fun project to wire in, but
Oh, that's amazing.
yeah. So they come out, and then when you go in to wash your truck, just close it and kind of put some weight here, and it will stay down.
Oh.
And it's kind of like a safety feature. Like if you got your foot in there, it's not going to crush your foot. This was making contact with your body mount, so I had to put a stop here for it to actually hit before it hits the body mount. So now it just stops on the stop.
That looks good. It's still up out of the way.
Yeah, you don't see it.
Yeah, from this view here, it looks like part of the truck.
And what's really nice from the side, naturally, because this truck's body lifted.
Yeah.
Well, it's got the body lift. You no longer see the body lift because that just kind of completes it.
Oh, it does.
Covers it all up. And then your lights. So you got the daytime running lamp function.
Okay.
And then
Oh.
You don't need high beams no more.
I don't need my headlights.
You will blind people though. One of your headlights weren't working when I went to steal your truck.
It's the wiring harness.
It's that.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
It's fried, so I replaced both of them. So they have brand new, and they're actually ceramic now, so they shouldn't burn.
Gee, you've been busy when I've been gone. When's our next trip?
So the control box is right here.
Okay.
Off-road lights, the relays are here. So everything's here. All the wiring runs where the stock wiring goes. And they're pulling power from your auxiliary power here.
Oh, good. Okay.
So this is where the 12 volts is coming from. So it all looks somewhat factory. You just got a couple more wires down there.
Is he still using your laundry room as his storage unit?
No, I had the tire shop throw away the old tires.
Oh.
You know how hard it was for me to pay $2.50 for them to throw that away. So you use your truck like a truck.
Yeah.
You're in the bed all the time, loading stuff up. In fact, he's here to load up the chickens to take back home. You hit your cargo lamp button. So you get your cargo lamp, that comes on.
Oh, looky there.
You got bed lights.
Oh.
Not only that, I put approach lights as well.
Oh, looky there. Go look at this.
Oh gosh, that's awesome.
So hooked to his cargo light when he's actually loading stuff up at night so he doesn't fall out of the truck. He's got a step. We got 2 bed lights installed here and there.
Oh man.
And then I put 2 up underneath. That way, when you're stepping into the bed and out, you actually can see what you're doing at night.
Love it. Didn't even think about it.
Getting old.
No.
Yes.
This is like retro.
This is the step before the old people home. I modify your truck for safety.
Feeling like these are accommodations for the elderly.
Here's some steps.
Here's
some
step
extra lighting.
And here's the steps.
No, next model will be putting pool noodles in all the sharp corners. What do you get?
That is great. Awesome.
Yep, so you got your bed step, got your lights.
Gee,
I think that was it.
that is sweet.
Your check engine light's off, so I don't know what it is.
I ordered a new one of these. I'm gonna try to rig but the backup camera. See if
put it in here?
I can cut it right in here. But the problem is when I ordered it, where'd it go?
Taylor's.
You know that last button where it's the address? It needs to be your home address.
I know, I don't look at that, I just order. That's awesome, Chad.
It's a fun project. Big thanks to Real Truck as always. Go around the lighting. We got amp steps. Big thanks to Lost Fit for sponsoring the video as well as the lights. And then Nitto Tire as well, coming in clutch with the ridge grapplers on all 4 corners.
This is cool.
It's like the truck I wanted in high school I could never afford.
Well, when you were in high school, I couldn't afford it.
That's what's
Yeah.
right?
Well, this thing will be around longer than that thing.
Yeah.
Maybe not this.
Well, he ordered 3 more.
Order, I just acquired. And 2 of them are yours.
Do I see tires back there?
Yeah.
Well, I hear you
Turn
got
it back up.
some new tires coming to your truck.
Wheels came here, tires are on the way. They're gonna be sweet. What's really funny, POL spent so much money building this truck to be able to slam it to the ground. That way the tires can tuck up in the fender wells and everything. I'm using the fender wells now to put bigger tires. So we're doing the opposite of what POL intended for this truck. You wanna start it?
Drive it like you stole it.
Give it a little gas. Straight to the floor. 4th generation car guy.
Yeah.
It was. I swear to
This is like one of those shows, Pit My Truck. Or what was the other one?
Technically, it's more like overhaul because I stole the truck.
That's right, it was overhauling.
I just couldn't take myself to make you believe that your truck was stolen because it actually happened in real life multiple times and it's not a good feeling.
Yeah, I got home, opened up the garage door, and I'm like, oh, Chad's got my truck. Back in the house. You definitely got an eye for, upgrading them. This looks great.
I'm not very good at many things in the world. Figuring this stuff out, I've developed the talent for it.
Yeah, I was gonna say you do.
I was terrible in school, FYI. It's one of those, my brother would bring home a B and he would get in trouble. I bring home a B and I would be celebrated. Well, that's it, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in and joining us on this fun video that I've been wanting to do for so long. Sarge is stoked. I'm stoked. I hope you guys are excited as well. Stay tuned for our next video. We are back on the Dream Shop build, the Mobetta Garage, with a very unique thing coming. Stay tuned. If you haven't yet, subscribe below. Love you guys. Aloha.